In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 exercises you can do to bulletproof your core so that you don't have back pain when you run. Lower back pain is a common complaint for runners, but it's often misunderstood, and it can be difficult finding the right drills to be able to run without pain and run your best. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 key drills you can do to make sure that that doesn't happen. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Kevin Vandi, physical therapist and running specialist with Competitive Edge Physical Therapy. Thanks so much for watching. As someone who struggled with back pain himself, when I run, I can understand what it's like to have that gripping, tight soreness in your lower back. It can be tough when you're out on a run and all you want to do is finish, but your back pain is the thing limiting you. It's not your breath, it's not your endurance, you've trained hard enough, but then it can be frustrating when your back keeps you from completing your run. So what I want to do is record these 5 videos for you so you have a resource you can use to bulletproof your back, bulletproof your core, engage those key muscles for posture, which will also help your running form, but also make sure your back stays healthy and pain-free. Hey runners, before we dive into the drills, it would mean the world to me if you just hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when I release more videos. All right, now to the exercises. The first exercise we're going to do to bulletproof your lower back is strengthening of your hip flexors. Now, that may seem crazy. You might feel like you have tight hip flexors, but for most runners, their hip flexors actually aren't tight. It's that they don't have enough strength to handle the demands of running and running the distance that you want. That might seem counterintuitive, but trust me, this exercise will help your back. The other purpose of this drill is to separate the motion from your hip from the motion from your lower back. Oftentimes they're linked and that can be a cause of injury. So Dr. Brad Sullivan is going to help us with this drill. So Brad, what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to have you stand fully upright. You can use the wall for balance, but you're going to, and there's a band around his feet, use a light band, not a heavy band. You're going to march all the way up to 90 degrees, but the key is when you get up to here, make sure that you're not rounding at your lower back. So what we want to see here in this drill is as Brad lifts up his leg, this should stay fully flat. Go ahead and round your lower back. That's what you want to avoid, and it's common, go ahead, back to straight. It's common for that to be the case if you have tightness in your hamstrings, tightness in your glute. So you really want to focus on keeping your body fully upright, back straight, as you bring your leg into a 90-degree position. You want to hold that top position for 2 to 3 seconds while maintaining a neutral spine, so no bend or extension. And it's going to be difficult. Your leg's going to shake. This isn't a common muscle people work. That's okay. You're going to want to do 10 repetitions to 12 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets on each leg. All right, the next drill we're going to do to help strengthen your core and stabilize your spine is called a bird dog. This is a common drill given out in rehab centers, and you may have seen it online, but the key is you got to do this drill right to get the maximum value. So with a bird dog, you're going to be extending the opposite arm and opposite leg with the emphasis on keeping a neutral spine. So no bend in the back and no arch of the back. So first things first, Brad, why don't you kick your right leg out behind you? So this is the first step. You just want to start with your legs and straighten this leg. So the back leg's going to be fully straight. Quadricep, the front thigh muscle, is going to be locked tight. This glute is going to be engaged, and here's the key. If I were to put my fingers right on his lower back, go ahead, Brad, lift that up towards the ceiling. So we're taking away the arch of the lower back. By tightening the abdominal muscles and squeezing your glutes, we're getting this nice force couple between the two muscles. Now, once he's able to stabilize in this position, this might be where you start, that's okay. But if you can, go ahead, Brad, extend your left arm out in front of you. Now by lifting that arm, there's a rotational component that needs to be practiced and controlled in this position. So go ahead, bring your abdominal muscles back up to the ceiling, keep your glute engaged, and hold this position. This is for endurance. We want to hold this 30 seconds. Many people just move in and out of the position. Just hold it. It's hard enough as it is, okay? Other side. Then coming back in, now he's going to kick on his left glute, extend his right arm. And the key piece, use a mirror, look from the side, but you want to take away the arch of the lower back without losing the contraction of the glute while keeping the knee straight and fully stretching the arm out in front of you. Again, 30 seconds each side, 3 reps each side. All right, the next core drill you're gonna do to help stabilize your spine and take away your lower back pain is what's called a quadruped, or being on all fours, and a donkey kick. Now again, this is another one of those drills where we're trying to separate the range of motion from the hip from the range of motion of the spine. So Brad, go ahead and kick your leg so your sole of your foot is straight up towards the ceiling. Now you're gonna find where your hip is gonna meet its end range of motion. What often happens here is, go ahead, relax, is your back will arch. You want to fight against that as much as you possibly can by pulling your abdominal muscles in and staying out of the extended position. So Brad, what he's going to do is going to preset this position here. So I'd kick your abdominal muscles on, back flat. Good. Now maintain that. Engage this glute, kick this leg up towards the ceiling only as far as you can go without extending your back. So you should feel your hamstring, you should feel your glute, and you should feel your core really engage with this drill. It does no value to kick this leg up towards the ceiling and arch the back. Go ahead and break. That takes away the value of the drill. So only go as far as your hip will let you. Over time, you'll be able to increase that range of motion. You'll be able to increase the drive from your glute, and this will help you with your kick. It'll help you with a strong running stride, help you up hills, while also protecting your back. Win-win. This next core drill you're gonna do is for your side glute muscles and your obliques, your side abdominal muscles. These muscles are commonly overlooked, or they're done, the exercises are done, but incorrectly. These are very important muscles to stabilize the rotation of your spine, and particularly the side bending that a lot of runners, when they fatigue, they'll start side bending their spine. Or if you have pelvic drop, if your hips rock up and down when you run, this is a great drill to help prevent against that and take the load off of your lower back. All right, Brad, what you're gonna do, he's gonna start, the fulcrum point is gonna be on the knee and here on the elbow. There's a harder version of this. Let's just keep to this one, because I found in working with runners, this is challenging enough. So what Brad's gonna do is start by coming up into a side plank. So go ahead and lift your hips up off the ground and then drive your butt forward. Go ahead, drive your butt this way so that this is a nice straight line. From there, what he's going to do, he's going to straighten this top leg, so fully lock the knee, and then raise this just slightly above the horizon, so both glutes kick on. So he's lifting up his right glute to lift up, and then he's kicking on this glute, and you want to hold this 30 seconds to 1 minute. If you can hit a minute, awesome, you're doing really well. Go ahead and take a break. So 30 seconds is the starting point. Try to work up to a minute. Do a couple reps on both sides. You want to avoid rotating the trunk, and you want to avoid letting that leg come out in front of you. In this final core drill to protect your back when you run, we're going to use an unknown but very, very important muscle called your diaphragm, your breathing muscle. Now, maybe you've done this in rehab, or maybe you've heard about it, but breathing not only is important for running, but it's important for your core health as well. We're going to start with a simple drill by looks, but it's actually more challenging than you might think it is. And we're going to challenge the diaphragm through practicing breathing. So what I'm going to have Brad do is he's going to bring up one leg first and then the other leg into a 90-degree position here. Arms are going to go straight up towards the ceiling, palms up. And what he's going to do here is he's going to take a short breath in through the nose, and then through pursed lips, like blowing into a straw, breathe all of his air out, so that keep breathing, and you're going to feel like you don't have any breath left. Keep going, and you're going to feel your core starting to tighten. That's your diaphragm. Hold for a couple seconds, and then softly breathe in through the nose, and then breathe out again through pursed lips and blow all your air out until you feel your deep core muscles engage. You want to be sure that your legs don't start to move down. They want to stay right at 90 degrees, and your arms should stay at 90 degrees as well. You're going to go through 5 to 10 deep, full breaths with 2-second holds as a starting point. You can work your way up for there, but this is a great core drill to train your diaphragm, which is a key stabilization muscle for your core to protect your lower back. Okay, so those are the exercises, the 5 exercises you can do to bulletproof your lower back against injury, reduce pain, so you can enjoy your runs without your back pain being involved. You can do these every day or every other day would be a great starting point. Not only are they great for running, they're good for your overall health in general. So definitely practice these, work your way up, make it more challenging as you are able, but definitely do these to get out of back pain and run your best. All right guys, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, train smarter and perform better.